Hello gentlemen, welcome to another on-demand video. Today we're going to be looking at the American autoloading, well, I'll say medium tanks. You got the T69 Heavy at the top of the pile, but still, these autoloading tanks going up from the T69 to the T54 E1. So, I'll give a word on these tanks, we'll get some gameplay, and I'll talk about my experiences with them, and how I think you can master them. I was asked to do just the T54 E1 and the T57 Heavy, but I'm going to cover the T69 as well, because it's a tank that a lot of people struggle in due to its lack of pen and versatility in higher tier matchups. Now, one odd thing you're going to find about the first two tanks that we get to look at is their mobility. Now, they're not fast tanks. I mean, American medium tanks are not particularly fast. You compare them to something like the MX-30 or even something like the T54. Like, 50 kilometers an hour top speed is not that impressive in the grand scheme of things. It's better than the 771 and the British medium tanks from tier 8 to 9, but that's about it. T69 itself, 51.5, but as soon as you go up to tier 9, you go down to 43.5, and that is really starting to get among the worst speed limit at the tier. I mean, the 771 is 40, so second worst, I think, with the Type 61 being around 48 or 50, somewhere around there. And then the T57 Heavy is obviously a heavy tank, but look at that reverse speed, 46. These vehicles are incredibly mobile at low speeds, and that's a quality that should not be overlooked in these vehicles, because it means they can keep their troll frontal armor towards the enemy. These vehicles are extremely angular, and they'll prompt bounces from a bare minimum of thickness of armor. You guys have probably shot at a T57 Heavy before. Well, its armor, it's got 127 at the front of the turret. Its side turret armor is actually thicker than the front of the turret armor, but I'm sure you bounce multiple shells off of this kind of area of the turret of this tank, and it's because it's just so angular. Like, angling yourself as a skill-based concept, saying, okay, I'm going to angle at this angle, I'm going to angle like that, doesn't really prompt as many bounces as just random RNG in these tanks, which does take an element of skill out of the tanks, but is also, in some factors, a quality of the tanks. I don't know. Now, the T69 is a tank that I did fairly well in. I averaged over 1.1k XP in it, I think. But here's the odd thing. I never got an ace. I've done 4,000 damage in it. I averaged 1.1k XP. And I never got an ace tanker in this vehicle. I'm better than 96% of players by average damage. No ace. Seems odd to me. But one thing you should consider before I hop into this vehicle, there is actually a case for using the stock gun on this vehicle. Now, I'll run through that because a lot of people find the gun on the T69 to put them off the vehicle. Now, the top gun is brutal, especially in top tier, but 250 pen with heat and 181 with the base AP. I mean, it's not a great gun. Let's admit that. I mean, the versatility in higher tiers, I mean, with a 2.9 second aim time and 0.38 accuracy, you're going to have a hard enough time hitting the weak spots, let alone penning them. I mean, it just does not have the mobility to be outflanking all the time. It's not got the mobility of, let's say, a T54 or something like that. It doesn't really flank higher tier vehicles that often, so something like an E75 with 30 degrees a second reverse, you're not going to get to outflank it at all. And I like the stock gun on this vehicle. 1.82 second shell delay with a 16 second reload. The DPM with the stock gun goes up substantially from this gun, and admittedly you're losing one shell over the predecessor, the T71, but your reload is going up a lot, your shell delay comes down, and do remember that the standard ammo is APCR on the stock gun on the T69. That means better shell travel time, better performance against spaced armor. You can pen the side of an IS-3 easily with the stock gun in the T69, but with higher pen on the proper gun, if you like, you will struggle to pen the side of an IS-3. because it's not APCR ammunition, it's just AP, which has worse performance against spaced armor. So there's something to be said for using the stock gun, because the pen difference is minor, you get that shell travel time increase, your aim time is much better, your reload is much better, your DPM goes up. I feel like it makes you more versatile and able to hop into many different situations. But this is the thing, you can't excel in that one situation. I mean, as any autoloader, I'm going to hop into some gameplay now. As with any autoloader, what's overpowered about them is not the base stats of the vehicle, but it's the potential that they hold within them to do a massive amount of damage in a short space of time. And that entirely relies on the skill of the player to get themselves into that situation. Now, I'm using the top gun on T69 here just because I feel like it's what most people associate the T69 with, so it'd be most valuable to have gameplay with this gun. But just bear in mind that it's worth looking at that stock gun just to see if you maybe warm to it a bit more, because it does have its qualities. Equipment choices for the T69, I would recommend probably vertical stabilizers, optics, as I have optics on most of my medium tanks now, and a gun range drive, because really that 2.9 second aim time is not good enough. I mean, with autoloaders, when you're looking at, should I mount a gun range drive? Obviously, you can't mount a gun rammer on autoloaders, which kind of clears up an equipment slot. But when you're looking at what equipment should I take, I recommend you look at the aim time. And if the aim time is significantly longer than the shell delay, so I've got basically an extra half that I'm going to have to aim without that gun range drive, to make my gun accurate again. And that is not good. That is not good at all. So gun range drive, because my aim time is so much more substantial than my shell delay, means that I really have to have a gun range drive to get the most effective use out of this autoloader. Oh, really? Shells like that aren't gonna pen. Okay, I'm gonna do it right now. Wow, I have cocked this up. Can I just apologise right now? Because I'm gonna die uselessly, doing pretty much no damage in this game. And for that, I apologise. I can't get out now, I've just got to wait to die. I'm just using my frontal armor to kind of mitigate this damage as much as I can, but yeah, there's nothing I can do. I get shot in the ass by the E50 among other things, and that T10 is going to kill me from out wide. So, I mean, I apologised. I overcommitted like an absolute boss. But to be honest, I was expecting my Leo PTA to be up here, but I should have read the situation better. It was incredibly poor play to be up here. The enemy had a flat out and clear medium tech advantage. I don't know why I committed so heavily. Incredibly poor and disgraceful play. I will play another game in T69 because that's just that was utterly disgraceful. But let's hop into the T57 shall we? Now, this tank is ridiculously overpowered. Is it more overpowered than the T57 Heavy, tier for tier? I don't know, because the T57 Heavy is just mind-bogglingly overpowered. It's probably the most overpowered tank in the game, just because of the fact that autoloaders are overpowered as a base concept, and then you just take away all the disadvantages that an autoloader is supposed to have, and still give it an autoloader. That's the T57 Heavy. The T41 does have some disadvantages. Its reload is quite substantial, so that's a disadvantage. Its base pen is 210, that's not so great, and with premium, which is the APCR ammo, you get 255. Now, 4 shells with a 2.22 second shell delay. That is what makes this vehicle so overpowered. This is a 105, so you got 390 alpha damage But 2.22 seconds is so good. If we compare it to an equal tank at the tier like the Amex 5120, which has 20.33 second shell delay, with basically the same alpha damage. There's 10 difference between the alpha damage, and yet there's a whole second, well, 1.11 seconds between the shell delay of these vehicles. That is just insane. Absolutely insane. Now, I don't want to play this tank as a medium tank, particularly. I don't want to get into wide open spaces where... I mean, these vehicles are ambush predators, and you want to make sure that you're in a situation where you can control it. You can push out, you can do that damage, and then you can fall back to a safe location. Being out in the open on the eastern flank on that north line is not the best way to make the most of this autoloader. Autoloaders are more about controlling the engagement than any other tank class, because they really need to. They need to ensure that they're not going to get pushed. Gentlemen, let's just see what we can do. Obviously, I'm just waiting for an opportunity here. I don't want to poke around corners. I want to wait. Oh, come on, that's definitely good. Oh, 1390 at last, okay. Well, my armor should be able to mitigate that. Hello? Yes! Arg! Arg! Going around that way! Arg! Scary! Arg! Oh, he's so cute! Okay. So I looked behind me as soon as I got shot in the ass, and I saw 1390 and was like, yeah, my damage is far more valuable being put into this E5, so looks like E4, sorry. That E5 is all too aware of my presence here. And that E4 will be pre-aimed as well. It's just not worth me poking out on it now. I'm not sure how we're doing on the eastern flank. We've taken out 2 of their tier 10 mediums. That implies to me that we're going to win that north line. And so therefore I'm not under any pressure. I want to keep my health. I want to keep a secure position. The more health I have, the harder it's going to be for the enemy to push this location. Which means we're going to be able to buy more time for our strong eastern flank to be able to win. Dang it. Ah, good night. Well, thanks, Jagdpanzer. I can't blame him. He had to get out of it. Okay, let's get out before we get outflanked. If we stay here, people are going to come around here and kill us. We need to get in a separate angle here. Yeah. Nice. Oh, are you kidding me? It was pre-aimed on that. Oh, come on. Really? I was poking around there, I was just like, disappointing games so far. Not being able to excel, but I mean, this is the thing about autoloaders. Think about it kind of like a T95. A T95 is going to have a good game in 1 out of 3 situations. One situation, it will get lushed and die. One situation, it won't get to the flank before the flank wins and the game ends. And the third situation, it holds a linear passageway, everyone shoots at it frontally and it kills everything. Like, the thing about autoloaders is they need their situation, and it's your job to spot that and put yourself in that situation, but not all games have situations that appeal to autoloaders, and that's where it's better to be in something like a Pershing, an SDA-1, when you're playing T69, just something more versatile. Now, I'm going to load heat here, because I really think those medium tanks are going to give me a lot of problems. There's one Archie. Okay. Wow, I thought our team was not taking the north, but it looks like they are. Okay. Cool. I hate it when teams don't take the north on this map. Okay, so T69 Heavy. One thing I forgot to mention about these tanks is their exceptional gun depression angles. I mean, it's a factor that makes them even more overpowered. Just adding versatility to them. Let's discuss the T59 Heavy. It's ludicrously overpowered. Autoloaders, as a concept, they're meant to have a disadvantage, and that disadvantage is they have to reload. The T59 Heavy can rush another Tier 10 Heavy, unload its clip, and reload while in combat and still kill it. Because this tank has the highest base DPM on any Tier 10 Heavy, and it still has an autoloader. I cannot adequately express just how ridiculous and overpowered that is. I mean, that is just so stupid. It goes against the whole concept of autoloaders. As what they're meant to be, they're meant to have this disadvantage. They're meant to be powerful on the offset, on the unload, but then they're meant to have to fall back. But the T59 Heavy mitigates that by having a 20-second reload, being able to push 1,600 damage out every 20 seconds. It's mind-boggling. It really is. Let's see if we can get up and get involved here before... It looks like our team got the best of this scuffle. We're going to have to fall back and defend the southern flank in a short while, it seems. Look at that troll armor. This is what I'm talking about. That guy wasn't exactly angling like a boss here. It's just purely about RNG. Just, I hit at a poor angle and I bounced. There's no... Trying to hold this guy back so he doesn't put out fire into the Leo. And I'm trying to keep on the move at the same time. Obviously, he doesn't know I'm not loaded, so I'm not going to run away. If I run hardcore, then he's going to know I'm not loaded, and he's going to put shells out. So, I'm just falling back, fainting like I'm loaded. That TVP looks like he's trying to outflank me, is he? No, he's running. But yeah, we didn't take damage there because we lied. We lied with our tank's body language, and that's so important. There's that armor. It's just, it's really random, to be honest. This guy has got to run. He's got an IS-20 in fire support. I got to fall back to base. But I can't leave this T69 alive. He's too good a player for me to let him live. I'm making a horrible misplay here, aren't I? The enemy don't have that much in their base. So, I mean, this guy's just kiting me. The enemy have an IS-20, they can't have that much left in their base. I'm just going to yell around this corner. Right. Oh, not today, Mr. Pig, not today. Alright. So, here's the thing. Yeah, I could have fallen back to base, but what would that have done for me at this point, really? Would I have been able to win the game? I highly doubt it. Really? So my frontal armor is going to be able to mitigate it. What I've got to worry about is the RT... Oh, well... My frontal armor would have been able to mitigate. Okay, let's have some fun, shall we? Can I jump on your face, fine fellow? Okay, I guess not. Autoloaders. You can only do a certain amount. I mean, You need a long game. I'm going to hop back into a game in T69 so you can get a feel for it, because last game I cocked up massively. But, really, these tanks are just... I don't think I can judge the tanks for this, to be honest. I wouldn't have been able to win any of the games I have had in any other tanks. I just think our teams have been playing poorly. Apart from that one on Pilsen, they did very well on the eastern flank. But that game, our team just did not take... I mean, they took the north, but they took it very tentatively. And that's just not acceptable when you know that your southern flank is going to lose. We had pretty much our entire team on the northern flank of Sand River, and we played passively on it, which is just not acceptable. If I played that game again, I wouldn't waste time looking around at the start. I'd just have gone up to the north. But the reason why I was playing so carefully at the start is because I thought our team was all going to the south. But they just took a remarkably odd route to the north, and that threw me off, cost me some time. But even if I had gone entirely up north, it really wouldn't have made a difference. Alrighty. Gentlemen, let's see what else we can do. Looks like we've got a strong presence on the east, on that north line. Enemy have a Weewell in the 771. So, let's see what we can do against it. They've also got a Weewell in a Tiger 2. I don't know why you would Weewell into a Tiger 2, but okay. Alright. I don't want to overcommit here. The enemy could easily have a presence out wide at that castle. I mean, they've got a Cent 71 AMX-30. Here's the problem right now. They have tier 9 medium tanks, we have tier 9 heavies. So our job is to hold on this flank. Our job is to play passively, and our job is to not get killed on the 3-4 line. So we've got to spend enough time here that our team break through the other flank. So as long as I'm allowed to play passively on this flank, I'm going to, because it's likely that that's gonna go towards winning the game in the end. Because our team's gonna win that north line. I just want to be alive when they've done it. So, what am I thinking right now? I'm thinking that when we win that north line, I am going to relocate to the side of the hill. I cannot lead these shots with my Dystonia. Really? Fascinating. That's WZ-122 most likely. Ah, this is so annoying for me because I just can't lead shots at this kind of distance. Oh, look at me! Ah. Yep, I suck. Okay, so our team's going to win that north line in a short while. So this is actually a safe position for me. I'm going to hug this side of the hill. That way if anyone rushes me, I get supporting fire from my team. Although, how, I'm sorry, but how have you failed that epically at winning a flank that you had a plain and simple advantage on? How have we lost half our team? Did you just sit out in the open getting shot by an AMX-30 and a Cent 71? That's what you did, didn't you? And that Cent 71 has the A banger gun. There's my Dystonia, costing me a lot again. Of course. Why wouldn't that miss? Why wouldn't that miss? Come on, someone give me a flank. There are scum pigs. I don't know why this guy is not rushing me, but I want to keep him spotted if I can. He's in the danger zone right now. once again, just a team that does not seem to be too remarkable in terms of basic competence. I don't want to push out of this location for fear of flanking far from those hills. But at the same time, I need to spot for my team. Because right now, I mean, if I spot, because our team have failed so utterly at winning the bloody North line, I'm gonna get shot to hell by the WZ. Like, how can the team fail that hard? I don't get it. I really don't get it. If I spot this guy, hopefully the bloody... Okay. And he's got the 10.5 centimeter gun. Of course he does. Why would anything good happen to me? If I push, I get killed by the scent. If I stay, I get killed by the... Like, really? Really? Oh, the enemy have tier 9 mediums. So, we send the entirety of our heavy tank force, 2 of our tier 2 tier 9 heavies, to one flank, and we lose half of our team. Wow! Wow! Is it too much to ask for just a basic display of competence so that I can show what these tanks are about? I don't know if I can upload this, man. This is just... Well, if you've seen this video, thank you very much for watching this depressing pile of turd. Until next time, farewell.
Jingle! Sure, no. It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Can you stop gambling, please, killer?